my luck turning for the worse. Seems hereditary at this point. Hopefully, summons issued by the lawyer won't take too long. Lawyers. Wretched scoundrels. But the more I think about it, the more predictable it becomes. Being surprised was the last emotion I felt at the news. The one and only Westmark. A title I now bear. I guess it's my duty to survive now, no matter how distorted that burden may be. I suppose there is one good thing born from this tragedy. The family heirloom. Its safety is now my only priority. Been with the Westmarks for generations, and holding knowledge acquired through dedicated research.
Yes, and it would be helpful if you know how to interpret the damn thing. It's the book that got us into this situation.
Well, it doesn't help it being written in a dead language. When this letter arrived, I believed it to be a poor joke to rile me up. Shove the recent death of my mother back into my face. I was right in some twisted way. On my father's side of the family, a nephew I never knew existed had disappeared and been declared dead. I had been named the heir of the Westmark fortune.
God, you are so gloomy. Grief is fine and all, but you didn't even know these people.
Ambrose, not now.
Fine, fine. Just wanted to help out.
Whoa there!
Oh, for God's sake. This is the 5th time you've stopped. Do you really want to get paid the other half?
Nah, not it, sir. I need to relieve myself, if you don't mind. Won't take too long. Oh, not too long at all.
It's happening. The copious drinks finally getting to the man. It's a wonder why the driver did not stop earlier to relieve himself, or why I even took him up on the offer to guide me.
The man was on the border between sobriety and complete inebriation when we met him at the pub. You get what you pay for. He should have been here by now.
I bet he just tipped over and fell asleep in the mud somewhere.
That sounds like trouble.
Sounds serious indeed. Better go and see what that was.
It's locked. You need to force it to open.
That was close enough. Aha! Oh God, no. What?
At least we're close. The sign.
The poor man's chest is split open by sharp teeth or vicious claws, revealing the content of his innards. Is this really a bear's work? Can it have been some rabid wolf? They are common here. I know that for a fact. Yet, anger clings to this act of violence, as whatever did this continued the attack past his death.
Yes, it's all fascinating. But maybe we should move before whatever did this decides we are on the menu. You need to stay alive for me, you know.
I lean in to have a smell. The remains have a whiff of iron and sulfur.
What?
The corpse is fresh. It smells as if it has been decomposing for some time.
Ahem. Remember how we met?
My first magical incantation. It, didn't go as planned.
It's the bane of my existence. I'm stuck around your neck because you made a mistake.
Come now, it was my first time.
That's no excuse. You tried to help that nice lady. What's her name? Penelope?
Patricia.
Excuse me, Patricia. You exorcised me, but instead of sending me home, you attached me to you. A simple spelling mistake. I feel so abused.
We will find a way to get you home. Kind of why I saved the transcript of the incantation, to be able to fix it. Sometimes I wonder if all this happens for a reason. As if all this needs to occur in order for me to become a better man, or whatever those wise men usually say.
Judging from my observations, you should be wise at this age, but you have a hard time learning from your mistakes.
Shh. Hear that?
You just want to get me quiet. I get it.
No. The birds, the wind. It all stopped. Sometimes I wonder if all this happens for a reason. As if all this needs to occur in order for me to become a better man, or whatever those wise men usually say.
Judging from my observations, you should be wise at this age, but you have a hard time.
Shh.
You...
No. Oh.
That took a while. What was that thing?
I don't know. I've never seen anything of the sort before. Perhaps these foreign lands hold undiscovered flora and fauna.
Do you really believe that?
I came here for one thing. Answers. Answers for the contents of this book. Nothing more.
Right. Thinking your family and the estate may hold answers?
Let us just go.
Hello.
Who might you be?
Not too many travelers in these parts. Are you alone?
Guess so. Why?
Come closer, friend. I won't bite. I am a humble trader trying to make ends meet. For the rate of coin, I will let you purchase a card of mine. Wish to trade?
Nice. Bournemouth. Peculiar name for a peculiar town. Minuscule signs of life. The odd footsteps in the drying mud and hints of chimney smoke still hanging in the air appear to fade away. It's as if the people of this town don't wish to be known or found. Rare glimpses of the townsfolk send shivers down my spine. A few of them look as if they were plucked out of a grave. All scrawny and pale looking.
You better keep your distance from these people. They don't seem to be the friendly type.
Unsurprisingly, there is only one establishment open this late at night. Getting a room shouldn't be very difficult when taking in the state of the building. It must have seen better days. But neither me nor Ambrose are deterred. Sleep is desperately needed if I want to keep my full wits about me. After all, first impressions are essential to lawyers. Good evening. I am in need of a room for the night. Do you have anything available? A bleak expression is the response to my inquiry. No polite hello to a possible paying lodger. Instead, the man continues to give signs of disinterest, although his gaze never strays from me.
Not the chatty type.
How come it's so empty in Bournemouth? Where is everyone?
Another fruitful conversation. Maybe we should just sign the ledger and move on.
There. Herbert Westmark. Thank you. What a night. After a...
You are...
The receptionist told me to wait for Mr. Brooks in... The drawer is locked. The drawer opens up with ease and contains an opened letter with a broken wax seal. It is addressed to a Father Malone. The letter says, "The coyote lies resting. He will not bother us any longer. We know his face, but only us. Bournemouth rests on your shoulders."
Sorry for keeping you waiting. I've had quite a busy time lately. Welcome. Please, have a seat.
Of all the humans in your world that you've shown me, this one takes the prize. He looks like a chump and smells of garlic.
You're a long way from home, Herbert. Care for a drink?
Yes, thank you.
Herbert, remember your promise? We wouldn't want to go through what happened last year again.
On second thought, I think I'll pass.
So, you're here because you are the only living relative left on record. Well, due to the circumstances we found ourselves at, the time has passed since the event of Theodore being declared deceased has created some problems for us here at the office. We are looking at 4 years of no contact.
Excuse me, I don't really follow.
Oh, well, Theodore, your nephew, was declared missing for quite some time after the incident with the estate because no body was found.
Incident?
I suppose the letter didn't say anything about that, did it? Well, about 4 years ago, the estate was rumored to be dabbling in dark arts. I don't know much about you Westmarks, so I'm not the one to ask.
So Theodore could still be alive out there?
No one really knows, but feel free to look. It's not often missing people around here pop up.
The estate is still part of the Westmark family, right?
Yes and no. It's a legal fine line at this point. Now that you're here, we could start the judicious process of retaking those grounds.
So everything my family built is just rubble? Nothing survived?
The incident really did something to that place. Not much left there, I'm afraid. But legally, you are allowed to overtake the premises and take whatever original assets you find that belong to the Westmarks. I recommend you go see it for yourself.
Is it livable?
I haven't seen the place for myself. People say it's basically a large crater. Not many venture that far east. They say the forest there is haunted.
Maybe we should cut our losses and head home.
But what if there are clues as to what happened? Besides, I didn't travel this far for nothing. Right, I am growing older by the minute. What are we talking about here? Is it money? Do I get the estate?
Yes and no. I suggest once you sign the deed to go to the estate and have a look at what you want to do with the place. Any monetary gains left by the Westmarks here have been sorted by the bank, loans and whatnot. I took a small commission for writing up the deed, and so the remaining fortune is at $20.
The sleazy bastard tells me those numbers with a condescending tone and a smile I would like to crush barehanded. The travel expenses alone were more than that. I tell myself not to make a scene and just sign the darn papers.
Ah, there we go. You can keep the pen. Oh, pleasure doing business with you. And if you have any questions, you can always come back to me.
He seems quite nice. We should check out that estate. Maybe we will find some answers as to what happened to your family and get some closure, right?
Oh, and one more thing before I forget. Could you check on George by the lighthouse? He owes me a visit, but I haven't heard back from him in quite a while.
Oh, I don't know.
There's barely anyone left in town to ask for help. You see, they will lose everything they own if they don't contact me soon.
I slowly nod my head in disbelief that I'm taking on a request when I've just been bamboozled out of a fortune. Phew. Just what I needed.
It's getting late. Better get some rest before we move on.
Interesting. Nice.
We meet again. Always a pleasure to. I will be seeing.
A dusty and claustrophobic feeling creeps over me as I enter the silent hall. The place seems well stocked with literature for such a small town. Who knows what knowledge might be hiding here?
You humans and the desire to scribble thoughts down. I will
The library has a very unusual way of arranging the books. I could wander around here for ages without a proper guide to what I am after. A lady sits at the top of a ladder with books between her arms and legs, while digging her face deep into a historical textbook. I want to make contact, but hesitation grabs me for a moment.
Effective staring there, my
Oh dear, didn't see you there, I'm afraid.
Say, you wouldn't have any historical records regarding the Westmark family?
Well, certainly. I believe it's in the row furthest back. Come, I'll show you.
She stops near a bookshelf, and her face frowns as she shuffles through the shelf, seeming a bit perplexed.
That's not right. There looks to be volumes missing. The information you were looking for is not here, I'm afraid.
Do you see who checked the information last?
I just have a last name jotted down. Craven. Does not say any more than that.
Is there anyone in town who knows my father Benjamin or nephew Theodore?
Only one person knows all the people who lived in these parts. Only one that is still with us is Father Malone at the church. You could go ask him.
Oh, really? Has it been misplaced?
I keep a strict order on everything here. I will have to see if it's been reported missing or if they're misplaced. Excuse me.
Thank. A dusty relic, which must be older than the town itself, rests upon a large pedestal at the far edge of the library, nestled in the shadows, and seemingly unimportant. Lit, but still hardly legible due to its... As I approach this tome, a feeling of insignificance overwhelms me. The papers are so thin that they almost crumble between my fingers, but the scribbles on them appear otherworldly. It's hard to describe. Seems similar to my own family heirloom. Better I write this down for reference. Don't think...
Oh, wait up. I did go through the records and no one has checked that section for years. Though there is a possibility of someone coming in and just taking it. We don't hold guards at the door or anything like that, so smuggling things out really isn't a challenge.
That's odd. Why would anyone take a thing like that?
I don't know. I apologize for the inconvenience.
A rusted metal mailbox stands on a wobbly stick shoved into the ground. Touching it would tip it over. It's a surprise the wind hasn't taken it. The name on it has weathered away. There's only one letter left. M.
My guess is that nobody's been living here for some time now.
The house is situated on a hill. No signs of life in the windows. The house from this distance looks decrepit and eerie. The place gives me the creeps just looking at it.
Are you lost?
As I look down the well, a faint smell of sulfur emanates out of the deep, dark abyss. I lean in to try and have a look.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. The well is tainted.
Tainted? Like poison?
We don't drink the water from here. Nobody knows why, but some water supplies have started to smell, and those who drank it haven't been feeling too well afterwards.
Maybe you should have a sip. I know you like those strong drinks.
I'm Edith Fletcher, by the way.
Herbert Westmark. Pleasure to meet you.
Westmark. I know you lot. That's the house that blew out of the sky that night. Oh, were you there?
No such luck. I am the brother of Benjamin Westmark. Did you see what happened?
Somewhat. I saw it, but I don't know if I can believe it. The house levitated. Then it disappeared, like some dark shape swallowed it whole. After that, the perpetual night fell over us, and the fog covered our lands. Mad things started to happen around town. None really dared to venture outside.
That is fascinating. I mean, oh, that is horrible.
Can you tell me more about the people who took over the estate?
Not really. I never met them, and they keep to themselves on the east side. But I swear, I have seen them haul people in cages across the roads like cattle.
Do you know anything about the disappearances around these parts? I've heard that Bournemouth's population has been dwindling.
Look around you. Anyone can see that something isn't right here. I don't know what's going on, but I do know not to wander around in them damn woods, I tell you that. The outskirts are haunted. Got lost with my brother when we were getting back from our fishing trip.
But you are quite a bit out of town. Do you live here?
All right, come closer. I don't live here. My brother does. We had plans to meet up, but he's nowhere to be found. It's been 2 days, so please understand my extreme agitation. Oh, could I ask you a favor?
Sure.
My brother went outside for supplies. Would you mind having an eye out for him?
Shouldn't be too hard.
I'm also heading east, but on another route. Maybe we can meet up along the way?
No problem. I'll see what I can do. Just what I needed.
My
the house
Are you lost?
as I tainted.
maybe
I'm at a.
Herbert,
that is
can you? But you
All right. I don't live here.
sure
My
shouldn't be.
I'm off.
No problem.
right. Now let's get no.
Ah, excellent. A repugnant smell covers the spread of this lake. Have to tread the waters carefully so I don't disturb whatever foul thing rests here.
Careful, Herb. I can't swim.
Hello?
Is that a man?
I don't want to know.
Hey, wait up.
Father, you're from church back in town, right?
I ran as fast as I could. My Agnes, she's missing. She hasn't shown up at church. I'm starting to get worried. I heard you were heading east.
Agnes? Who is she?
Oh, like a daughter to me. She works at the church with me. Oh, please, I can give you money. Here.
How do you know all this?
Stop asking questions and do something. Are you gonna help me or not?
I'm heading there now, Malone, so calm down.
Godspeed.
a repugnant...
Careful, Herb. I can't swim.
Bloody hell! Be gone, you filth! Hello?
Is that a man?
Hi.
My pleasure. Goodbye.
Na contact shot. Shadat Tuku! Neka Shadat Shuktu.
A dark forest grove lies before me, lit by two robed men holding torches. They are standing next to a metal cage on wheels and seem to be waiting for something. They must be the people behind all this.
Might be. What are we going to do?
Ha! Tuku Shadat!
No, for crying. That was close enough. Just what I needed. Delving deeper into the woods covers my surroundings in a veil of darkness. It feels as if a malevolent force lurks around every corner. I went on deeper, but won't be able to see where I'm headed in this darkness.
Herbert, we won't...
Stop complaining.
True.
I can see...
I don't know.
Oh my.
perfect. Want a cookie? Hey, look at that.
I don't want to look at that, Ambrose.
No, not the corpse. Beside him, a satchel of some sort with papers inside.
Oh, a notebook. This was interesting. Just what I needed. The air is heavy, and moisture hangs low, hugging the old masoned stonework pylons surrounding the graveyard. A black cast-iron gate greets me with a whining noise as it moves aside. The thick fog isn't as prominent here, because the whole plot is situated a bit above ground. There stands a monstrous viney tree in the center of the plot, surrounded by cobblestones. In its branches hang small straw dolls bound by wax strings. This sort of magic hasn't been seen for years. I've studied its effects on the otherworldly as protection against evil, but never seen them up close. I neared the low-hanging dolls to have a closer look, sensing someone was approaching me from behind. I do not like being followed.
Sir, nobody gets past my grounds without me knowing about it.
I suppose you are the groundskeeper.
Mm-hmm. I'm Boris. Been the caretaker for over 40 years now. Seen lives come and go. Fresh blood has been a rarity these days, though.
How come?
Ye probably noticed that the lands are sparse with life. Crops are dying and people are stuck in Bournemouth. Ever since that filth took over the old Westmark grounds.
Stuck? If it's such a dreary place, why not just leave?
No, easier said than done. There are things out there, hunting the living. I reckon you've already met them. People do not dare to leave the town borders in fear of being taken by the corruption. The tree here protects the graveyard outside of Bournemouth from these things. The dolls.
He stretches his hand towards the dolls and looks at them with an endearing passion. Did you make these dolls?
My daughter.
Where is she?
Alive, I hope. She got out before the filth came.
There's supposed to be a person buried here, going by a pseudonym name of coyote. You don't happen to know who that might be or where that person is resting.
I actually do know who that is. But my memory isn't what it once was. Think the name was Alistair Craven. Huh. He was buried here by our priest and another robed man. They were speaking about Craven, but said he should be remembered as the coyote.
How come your daughter knows about magic?
She didn't. It sort of came naturally to her with time. I wasn't really bothered with it, since I thought it was just a phase, you know? I didn't even think such things existed. But she never grew out of it.
So she just left town?
No, I think she saw this place as a prison of some sort. Never fit in, and wanted to find her own way. She ran off one night without saying anything, and a couple of days after that, the Order of Midland started to build their hideous chapel on the Westmark estate.
Did you know anyone from my family?
No, the Westmarks kept mostly to themselves. Dabbled in some nasty things. Or at least that's what the gossip was about. Do you want to meet them?
His eyes lit up with glee as he waved his rake. I doubt you mean alive.
Well, of course. You have your spot right here. Come.
We tread through rows of various gravestones and halt upon the end of the lot, where the fence of the back of the graveyard begins. 3 waist-high stones marked with the names of Benjamin, Elizabeth, and Theodore Westmark. It's adorned with our family crest, but is overgrown with vines.
Hey, this is it. Theodore's body was never found, so that grave is just symbolic.
Not much to grieve over. I barely knew my family at all. Being orphaned because of my father's neglect, mother far gone, and a brother I never knew of. A nephew that I had hoped to be alive, but is most likely gone and buried under the Westmark estate. At this point in time, I feel lonelier than ever before. Sprawling detailing in the Gothic style is prominent in the arches as well as the windows, though the windows have bars on them to protect from looters. As I approach the building, I search around for anything that could get the heavy chain and padlock to break. The door is thick and heavy, and feels as if it is stuck.
Come on and push it. Maybe it will budge. A weak fart after all.
We better get a move on. The gravestones lay chaotically dispersed. Seem. I begin to notice additional footsteps along the crooked path. They look fresh in the wet mud. Are we being followed?
Whoa, hey, Herbert. It's just me.
Don't you ever sneak up on a man like that. Especially in a place like this.
Oh, sorry. Never meant to scare you.
I wasn't scared, I just...
Okay, I understand. Have you found Elmer yet?
No. The air is heavy. The door.
Come on. We...
That's... I do not...
Sir, nobody gets past my grounds without...
I suppose... How come?
Ye...
Stop.
No,
He stretched... Did you... Wait.
alive.
Did you...
No, the...
His eye. I doubt...
Well...
We... Three...
Aye.
Not... A neth... How come...
See...
So...
No.
There's... Some... I begin to note...
Whoa!
Don't...
Oh,
I...
okay.